they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah.
Hey, yo, welcome to all of my fellow golf enthusiasts. We are very excited about this week's special episode of Graybo's Giblets. We've condensed all of the noise in the golf, podcast, and gambling universe into this bite-sized giblet. I'm your host, Denny One Time, joined by the newly retired Graybo. Graybo, how you enjoying retirement?
Oh man, it's something. I got put to work right away today, but I love it. My retirement from teaching is going well so far.
Had a good first day in the shop Saturday. Busy day.
Busy day
Tuesday,
in the shop Saturday.
busy.
Today, very busy, which is good. Good for Graybos. Ready to get into it today.
I'm glad. All right, well,
Travelers.
glad to have you here full time. Also glad to have this guy next to me, Ryan. I just had a birthday.
Ooh.
Did. Yeah, what'd you guys give me?
How was your birthday?
It was good.
I got you some picks for this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you some winners, baby.
I need another runner-up.
You need another pick that almost makes you some money
Yep.
that loses you, breaks your heart on Sunday. I got that for you. We are going to talk today everything you need to know about this weekend's Travelers Championship at TPC River Highlands golf course. We're going to give you some daily fantasy plays, one and done suggestions, our best outright winners, and our favorite play of the weekend, a segment we call We Ridin'. Before we start, I would love Graybo to give us a brief course update.
For sure. What's awesome about this week is we have another elevated prize pool with $20 million, same as the U.S. Open. So all the studs are coming back this week. So it's going to be good to see. You know, Wyndham Clark has a huge hangover or is going to play some good golf this week. How is Ricky going to bounce back? How is Rory going to not really bounce back? He played pretty well on Sunday. I got to give Wyndham credit. You know, everyone's in the world is probably rooting for Rory and Ricky and Scotty in some sort of way, and Wyndham came through. So good job, Wyndham, and let's see how you're going to do this week at the TPC River Highlands in Cromwell, Connecticut. We got a par 70. It's about 6,800 yards, a little more than 6,800 yards. You know, it's not the most difficult course, but you can get in a lot of trouble if you miss the fairways. The rough is going to be really hard to get out of. Not as hard as last week, but you will see that a lot of trees surrounding the rough, going to have a lot of blind shots if you're in the rough and maybe have to play out a lot. So you want to be in the fairway as always. The course is going to take driver out of a lot of players' hands as well. So guys that can bomb it like Rory, we're going to see what he's going to do on some of these holes. You know, driver can put you in a lot of bad positions. What you want to look for in your golfers this week is who are the good golfers with approach shots from about 125 to 175. Wedges will be in hand this week. You know who's not good with a wedge? Rory, one of his big weaknesses. Strokes gained approach, obviously, every week. Pete Dye experience. Who is good on Pete Dye courses and who has good current form after a major? And, like, who cares to be here? You know, like, you just played a major. Maybe you didn't play well, but I think people are up for this because it's so much money. So I think you're going to see a lot of good golf this week. And obviously total driving and birdie or better percentage are the other things that you should look for if you're diving deep into DFS, which we're about to get into.
Yes, we are. Speaking of DFS, we like to break this into three categories. Chalk, which is 9K and up, is where we start. So, Gray, 9K and above, who you like?
I'm going with Xander this week. I like his price at around 10.4. He won last year. He is in good form. He shot a 62 the first day on a U.S. Open. That's another thing that we could talk about later about the course. But a 62, made some big mistakes over the weekend, but he was there. And I think that he's going to come out. He's just a solid player. I think he easily top fives this week, and I think he wins it again after hitting the ball 3 times in the bunker, which lost him the tournament. Looked like me out there. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
I mean, just absolutely hard to watch.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take Xander. And, of course, always a little Scotty every week. Have to.
Because as you said last week, it's always Scotty. Is that what you said?
It's always Scotty.
It's always
You
Scotty.
always got to have Scotty.
Yeah, Scotty plays
Backdoor
okay
and another solo third.
Yeah, that's just
Won
what
me
he
a
does.
best bet. I'm back, baby.
All right, Fitz. How about you? Is it always Scotty for you?
Yeah, it is. I'm going to go with the pivot play. I'm going to go Tony Finau, 9,700. I don't think he's going to be that high owned this week just because the Xanders, the Cantlays, the guys who had a lot of success here, I think are going to be the pick. So he tied for 13th last year, struggled a couple years prior, but like I said, it's strictly a pivot play.
Yeah, coming off a major has a lot to do with who I picked this week. Like, you're not going to hear me talk about Wyndham, obviously, because won his first major. You're not going to hear me talk about Ricky because I'm going to fade anyone who emotionally went to bed Saturday thinking they might win and spent a good part of Sunday thinking they might win. Those are the people that are pretty devastated Sunday and may take them a while to shake that fog. Two people that I am going to take are Scheffler and Xander. Scheffler, for the same reasons that Gray always mentions, he never spent Sunday thinking he's going to win. He just put in a good round, came in third, nice little paycheck, but he's ready to rumble, probably the best golfer in the field. And then Xander at 10-4, he played well enough to be in contention, but never was really in it on Sunday. So he's not going to have this big major hangover. He can probably take the momentum of playing well day 1 through 3, and he's obviously had success here. So those two guys for me. And then I'm kind of agnostic on like Rory because he's tough enough where he can come in second and still play well the next week, whereas some people couldn't do that. Great. 7 to 9K. Who you like?
Yeah. And then to go on top of what you just said about Ricky, do you guys know when he lost that tournament?
On Wednesday night when I bet him.
That's the right answer.
And Saturday, that last putt
on 18.
On 18, he missed and had to sleep on that now that he's tied and doesn't have a one-shot lead.
Yeah.
That's where I think he was like, man.
That started it all.
Well, he almost hit that birdie, too. So he actually almost had a 2-stroke lead. So it was
correct. So Wyndham hit the putt, and then, you're exactly right. So, man, I want Ricky to win so bad.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he's playing well.
Yeah, he's back, right?
Yeah.
I think this shows that he's back, but I'm just not going to take him the week after.
I agree with everything you said.
How many press conferences he had on Saturday and how many times he had to talk about he was bad. Now he's how many times did he have that talk, right?
I'm definitely fading Wyndham and Ricky as well. And then for 8K, Hideki. I'm going to go Hideki this week. Looking at the $8,000 range, you just like last week, you can fade a lot of these 8K guys. I mean, how bad is Justin Thomas? How bad is Max Homa right now? How bad is Cam Young right now? Hideki by far is the best form. And his form's not like great, but he last 5, it's like all top 30s. So it's pretty good form. He had a good showing at the U.S. Open. Great ball striker. So I like Hideki a lot for my 8K guy. Good price, too. That's a really good price at 8.6 for Hideki. And then I'm going to go Brian Harman. And Fitz could probably talk about Harman a little more about his bet with him. But, he kind of faded on Sunday. But his last 4 times at the Travelers, I missed the cut one time, but his last 4 out of those 5 years, an 8th, a 5th, an 8th, and a 6th. So he's solid, and I also love good form. So coming from a good week at the U.S. Open and also, experience on this course for that price, we're going to be playing a lot of Brian Harman.
Fitz, you like?
Yeah, Harman had a good 3 days. That Sunday was pretty rough. I was tailing our buddy, Tim Wayner, who joined us last week.
Yeah.
And I just sprinkled a little top 40 on Brian Harman. He was sitting in the top 10 there, hanging out, and then just collapsed on Sunday. Finished 43rd. Yeah. I'm gonna.
Did he really?
Yeah, it was.
What
pretty
did he shoot on Sunday?
I want to say +5, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, finished +5.
Yeah.
I'm also going to go Hideki at 8,600. Top 5 in strokes gained approach coming into the week. I think this course is great for him. I think this course is really great for Russell Henley at 7,800. One of the best ball strikers, and he's quietly got top 15 last week.
Great Sunday.
So, I think a lot of people are on Russell Henley too, so that one might be a chalky pick.
It's all right. Sometimes chalk is good.
So I kept scrolling down through the 8s, got down to my guy at 7,700, Harris freaking English. I was looking like a genius this week. Bet him at 250 to 1. Can we tell this story now? I think it's a good time.
Yes.
So my new thing is on these outright winners, especially the long shots. I'll bet 2 small bets instead of 1 large bet. That way I can cash one out and I can let the other ride. And as Harris kept playing better and better, I kept sending my friends screenshots of the cash out amount. And then Saturday, with maybe call it 6 holes to play, he got to 10 under. I think he was 1 back. Yeah. And my $10 had 2 $10 tickets. I could have cashed both out for around $206 each. And the time I took, instead of just cashing one out and then telling you guys, I texted you guys to show you what I could cash out. And as I was doing that, he misses a 2-footer.
Yep.
It makes bogey. So it went from 206 down to about $100. And then I was like, well, let's just wait. Maybe he'll make another birdie. Then he makes another bogey. It goes to $76. By the end of the day, my cash out was 76 cents.
Let's go.
So I did not cash that out.
Let that ride?
Yeah. Pride. He's got pride.
I do have too much pride for that. That being said, this subscribes to my theory, though, of someone who played well last week, but because he bogeyed 4 of the last 6 on Saturday, he didn't go to bed Saturday thinking he was going to win it. He didn't spend all day Sunday thinking he was going to win it. He played bad on the front 9 on Sunday, but actually got it back together on the back 9 and put a decent back 9 together. So overall, Harris English had a good week at the U.S. Open, and he's had success here at this tournament. He's actually won it. And so I think he's tremendous value at 7,700. So that's my guy there.
I like that pick. And then he has a really good number this week for when we get to our bets.
Yes, he does.
I'm going to jump on with
Vegas
you.
still doesn't understand the
They
power
don't understand
of
Harris English.
Harris freaking English. They about to.
He's pretty good here, too.
They about to.
Looking at his finishes.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
All right.
He's won here.
He won it 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah. So let's go to long shots under 7K. Great.
Yeah,
down there.
Actually, some decent names down here this week. I'm gonna go 6,700. Nick Hardy won earlier in the year. He had at the what was the one with the teammate Zurich, yeah, in New Orleans. Yeah, he won that. He was 20th last week, U.S. Open, quiet 20th place, just doing his thing, and then he was 8th here last year. So put those together at 6,700, just making the cut. You're gonna 2x, 3x, whatever the field is on him. So I like Nick Hardy a lot.
Fitz, are you going with a Nick Hardy name or a more familiar name to the golf world?
I'm going to go with Mark Hubbard at 6,900. I see your picks here, Duke. I like those. So I want to shift to Hubbard. He's been playing really good. He had a T9 at the Charles Schwab, a T6 at the Canadian Open, and he was actually cruising at Memorial before he shot a 79 on Sunday. So his last 3 starts, those are all pretty good. So
I'll take a 79.
Yeah. Never even sniffed it, but yeah, we'll go Hubbard.
All right, Mark Hubbard. So we're Gray in this category. It seems like Gray always finds the kind of newer up and comer guys. He's probably more tuned into the Korn Ferry Tour than I am. So I'm always getting the recycled guys.
The vets.
I'm always the vets, the people I know that maybe have dropped a bit, but maybe lately have played well enough. And so to me, that's Streelman at 6,800 and Reavie at 6,700. Reavie's had some success here, kind of top 30 many a time here at this tournament. So those are the 2 names I'm going with under 7K. So let's roll into our one and done picks. And Fitz, you can tell us how we did last week.
0 movement across the board. Gray, you're still in 5th. Duke, you're still in 70th. And despite me taking Scotty Scheffler, who finished 3rd, I'm still in 74th.
I actually,
in the 70s. My God.
I actually should have said I moved from 4th to 5th. I've been dropping 1.
Yeah, you were at 4th.
I was at 4th, I believe. So.
You were at 5th last week.
He was?
Yeah.
Okay.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Dang, I'm at 4. 4, you make money.
Doesn't matter.
You got to get back in the money.
Yeah, get up there.
The only good thing about me being 74th is Shane Hesketson 75th and Matt Campbell 76th.
Keep that going.
Keep that matters to me.
That does help. All right, Gray. With that in mind, with you need to get back in the top 4, me and Fitz need to get in the top 70. Who are you taking this week?
I am gonna go with Victor Hovland.
Ovi, baby.
Yeah, it's starting to get slim pickings, and this is a big purse. This is like one of the last $20 million events. You need someone great ball striker, finds the fairway, makes some putts. He's playing really well too. He's knocking on the door for a win. He's in great form. And I can see him, again, getting up there in this elevated tournament. hopefully winning. I need a win. I need another win. I need to get back in that groove. Rom made a little comeback for me. He out of nowhere got top 10.
That's nice.
Which was nice.
Yeah. That is nice to sneak one out there. Fitz, how are you going to get back into it?
Yeah, I was looking. I love so many guys for one and done this week, and then I looked at who had already burned, and it was every single one of them. It was Xander,
starting to get hard.
Cantlay, Fitzpatrick, Morikawa. So I'm going to a guy who burned me last week without me even betting him. That. Tom Kim, who had an incredible week and an incredible Sunday, and torched my best bet from last week. Top Korean. He smoked Siwoo there at the end, so. He's got great accuracy off the tee, so I'm going to go with Tom Kim this week.
Okay. Because you had Rom,
yep,
past Sergio,
yep,
and then Siwoo dropped. Siwoo looked so good, like on Thursday, Friday, he was up there, and then Tom shot like what? On Saturday, he went off, shot like a 64 or 5.
Yeah, was it Saturday or Sunday? I think one of those.
It was
days,
both.
Maybe both.
I mean, he great Saturday, and then played very well Sunday to keep the score up.
Try not to clip the comment from last week when I said I'm not worried about Tom Kim. I should be
because
he
was been playing bad.
Never take your eye off Tom Kim.
Never.
All right, so for me, I was back and forth between same with you. Of all the bigger names I've used that I would want to take here. So honestly, I'm kind of digging deep to get weird, either Harris English or Mr. Reevy, and I think I am just going to go all in on Harris English. So let it be known.
There's no way you're going to take Ches Reevy over Harris English.
Not today. Not today. So let's go Harris English. Let's just ride that horse till it bucks me. Which brings me to outright winners. And you may hear that name again, just as a foreshadowing. Gray, who might you bet this week?
Yeah, have not been good this year. Hideki, definitely going to take a stab at Hideki at 40-1. Love that number. Finau, 35-1. Get hot one time. He can win. Harris English, I see that.
It's at 70. I got 75 now.
I haven't officially bet yet, so I'm gonna get that at 75-1. Where is it? Because it's 65-1 on DraftKings. I didn't look anywhere else actually. FanDuel. So I'm gonna get English 75-1 on FanDuel. Love that. Gonna tail Denny on that, and then I'm gonna obviously go my one and done bet at 20-1. So Hovland 20-1, just because I'm taking him for one and done as well.
I can dig it. Fitz, who you betting?
I'm going to go Morikawa at 25-1, and I'm going to go back to the well for Russell Henley. He's already been chopped in half. I saw him at 40-1 now, but some of the stuff I saw him when he opened was at 70. Most books have him at 35 already.
Steam.
So he's getting some serious steam.
Some Henley steam.
Yeah. So that's a good point on DraftKings. Look at the betting market. He's going to be popular.
Yep. So those would be my two. I do love Hideki as well there, 40-45-1 range.
Yeah, y'all might have talked me into a little bit of Hideki, so I might jump on that late. But two guys I was targeting, I really do think Scotty will probably win this tournament. But at 6-1, I'm just not getting enough to bet it there. So I am going to take Xander at 16-1 on DK, and then English at 75-1 on FanDuel. And those might be the only two that I bet this week. Usually I bet 5 or 6 guys, but this week it might just be those two.
Theegala 70-1 does nothing for you,
man. It's
he should have won this last year. He should have beat Xander. He collapsed.
It's like my Cam Young 50-1. Like I said, I would always bet him until he wins. He's just so bad.
So I've noticed that when I pick someone in one and done and they burn me, it takes me a long time to forgive them. A long time. And that's not rational. And as a betting person, I should be more rational, but I can't get on Theegala until he shows me something.
So you hate half the PGA Tour right now?
Yes. Yes. There's not many left that love me. All right. So last segment we ride. It's our best bets of the weekend. And Fitz, we have a good week last week.
You two did, yeah. You guys are staying hot. Grabo back to back.
Back to back.
It's Scotty top 5 plus 163. He's clawed all the way back, and he's only down about a half unit.
He was down 4 units.
I was down a lot.
He was down $4 million.
Back, baby.
Denny also strikes again with the Harris English top 40.
Let's go.
Denny's been hot.
Plus 155. He finished in the top 10, which would have been an 11-1.
So I did a top 40. I could have done a top 10.
You could have done top 40, 30, 20.
A lot of options.
Get them all.
You're up almost 2 units.
Okay.
And Tom as I referenced earlier, came out of nowhere Sunday to ruin the top Spaniard, top South Korean parlay. So I am now down a half unit, but we're back, baby.
We in the positive as a group.
We're up almost a unit.
Gosh, we're so good at
So
this.
again, if we were betting $1 million a unit, we'd be up $800,000 right
correct.
now. God bless us.
Ooh.
Okay, that just shows that we should bet more money than we bet. Is that
Yep.
right, Susu? Susu, listening? That's what we should do.
Agreed.
Okay. I know my mom's not listening. She doesn't really do podcasts. But all right, so let's get into our best bets for the week. Gray, I see you typing. Are we changing some things?
No.
Just
I'm going
just
back.
the price.
Yeah. Just I thought I got a better number, but it was top 10. I wasn't reading.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Who's your
So we're
best
ready
bet?
for our best bet.
I'm ready.
All on board. Victor Hovland trained this week. Top 20. Get him at plus 100 right there.
Mhm.
So I thought I got him at like plus 210, and that was top 10 on FanDuel. I was like, whoa. And then it's plus 100 on FanDuel as well. So plus 100, top 20. I think Vic gets in top 20
Okay.
easily this week. His form has been incredible. Let's go.
All right, even
Nobody
money,
didn't jinx
even
him.
money for top
Even
20.
money.
Fitz, what part of the country are you looking for a golfer this
Geography.
Geography.
Guys. We haven't said one thing about this is being played in Connecticut. We got to go.
Oh,
to
man,
somebody.
look at this man dropping giblets.
Somebody that knows those northeastern winds.
I love how we're considering this location of the golf course as a giblet now.
Yeah.
Mr. Northeast himself, Keegan Bradley, top 20, plus 310 on FanDuel.
No, your giblet is knowing King Bradley's is a huge
No.
Boston fan,
you.
New England
Yep.
golfer.
Yep.
Don't be looking at Duke when you're trying to throw me under the bus and make a joke.
I'm looking at you now.
All right, so that's plus 310. So that's he is not likely to do it per Vegas, but then maybe they just forgot where he's from.
They did.
Okay, fair enough.
Get this win.
Yeah, those bookies in Vegas don't even Google where people are from. Maybe they should. All right, so I don't know where Harris English is from. I just know that this man can't be stopped, and I'm getting plus 240 to come in the top 20 in this,
Like
in this
that.
tournament.
Keep
So
riding.
let's do it. That's our best bets, and let's see. I'm not. Or is any of these that we're all riding this week?
Well, Tim Weiner told you where Harris English was from last week.
Yeah, somewhere in Georgia.
Valdosta.
Valdosta.
Valdosta. Okay.
Speaking of Tim, he hit his bet. We should have mentioned that, which was, Rahm, Rory, Brooks, all in the top 20.
Did he actually bet it?
Brooks.
He say he was
Brooks,
getting 32 to 1.
Brooks backdoored a top 20.
That's right. I was going to say, I didn't think Brooks got there.
T20 plus, it was plus 340 on FanDuel.
Tim, I guarantee you, Tim didn't actually bet that. 'Cause
I guarantee you.
would've told me.
He goes, I don't bet often.
No, he was just texting about Brian Harmon on Friday.
Yeah, on Friday, probably on like the first front nine on Thursday. I told you about Harmon. Look at this bulldog.
That's hilarious.
But Tim, I had looked back and to see, and Tim actually hit his plus
amazing.
340 because Kepka a backdoor to top 20.
And that was,
T20.
only plus 340.
Yeah,
There was some bet he mentioned that was plus 32. It was like 32 to 1.
it was like Max Homa did not make the cut. It was like to make the cut bet.
Gotcha. Okay.
Russell Henley, Georgia Bulldog. So I feel good about that bet now. Also, you just did a quadruple down. You hit Harris English on every single segment. What could go wrong?
He's my guy. So far,
Keep
that
riding
strategy
him.
has not held up well on this podcast. The all-in strategy. Well, folks, that is all for today. Appreciate you riding with Graybos. Be sure to tune in next time to see how we fared and see how Fitz's picks do specifically. Make sure you're subscribed. We'd be honored if you would give us a follow and a review. For details and show notes, hit up graybos.co/giblets. Please email us at info@graybos.co. Follow us on the gram and Graybos_cards. Stop by our beautiful, well-designed, well-organized baseball, football, and basketball card shop located at 214 East Grace. Follow us on Drip. We are breaking 5 nights a week. Wrestling cards, baseball, basketball, football, and our big breaks on Fridays typically. We appreciate you riding with Graybos.
Giblets.
When I go to sleep, I don't see sheep, see dollar signs. $100, got him beat the eyes for the 100th time at a money line. Brock Purdy was irrelevant, now I'm at the front like a cutting line. G5 to the power 5, Gray was on fire like it's summertime. I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window?